Today I'm going to be breaking down another advertorial here. Again, one of my favorite type of pre-sale landing pages that you can put in front of your offer pages, your product pages. And it just helps a lot with converting better cold traffic and getting better customer acquisition costs on the front end, specifically also with front end offers and offer pages that are targeted and have great offers, great front end offers specifically for cold traffic. But let's go over this advertorial right here. I think this one is a great example, but going throughout the page, I'm going to point out some things I think can be done better from the test that we've run for multiple 7-8 figure DTC brands, clients for us at the agency that we have tested these type of funnels for. So I think this one is a great example overall, but I think there are some things that can be done better here. So let's start. Obviously, as for any cold traffic page, most important thing above the fold is going to be the headline, the lead, and the main above the fold image. Those are the three main things. Once you have the structure in place for advertorials and for cold traffic pages, those are the three main things you're going to test above the fold. So here the headline goes about the silent back killer in your office. Find out why kneeling chairs are the lifesaver you need. So this is a problem unaware headline, silent back killer. So here we are talking to an audience that doesn't know, is unaware, to be precise, about this this killer and why this new solution, kneeling chair that they're mentioning here in the title, is going to help solve that problem. So problem unaware audience. Image here, great image for an off the fold for an advertorial. You want to go here for images or animations that can showcase kind of the problem clearly, or the before and after here. Before and afters are an easy one to do, and they're super effective just visually. Here you can immediately understand what this is about. So on the left side, and also colors help here a lot. On the left side, you see a man with red painted on his back, which signifies pain, signifies a problem. You kind of connect red to a problem. So that's why also colors are super important here. And the gray makes it kind of sad, gives it a sad vibe, gives it a this is something that I don't want to experience vibe. Then on the right, which takes up most of the space on the image, colored image, normal image, where the man here seems much happy. He's in a much better position. He's straight up. Also, like how people look in the images you use in general, not just on pre-sale pages. It's important on pre-sale pages, but also in general on all of your funnels and pages for your product. These things they're little, but when you test them, they are like when you test them together, they are important, and especially on pre-sale pages and cold traffic pages like these, most important things are above the fold. So headline is good. The first lead image here is good. Then as far as structure goes, advertorials are kind of fairly standard in structure. Here we have a two column layout. So on the left is the part that actually scrolls off the page, and on the right you have a buy box that is fixed there in position, where you can have a call to action that's there all the time. So at whatever point of the page you feel like you've read enough, or you're educated enough, or like the visitor feels like that this is something that they need, and they've understood from the story here this is something that they need, then they can click on go to website to actually go through with the offer. This is the first thing that I think should be done better here. Or buy boxes throughout this page, have this call to action, go to website, which is very vague, not the best. And also all throughout the page, there is no so like they're mentioning the offer here, spring sale 70% off and free delivery. There's kind of just this little text in there, and there's nothing else. It's kind of not pushed enough for like an offer of this magnitude. I think they can do a much better job here with a better buy box, more emphasis on the offer, a better call to action, a more clear kind of call to action would do a better job here. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention. Let's go through the copy to see what is being mentioned here. Copy, obviously, headline, lead, and copy, 80% of an advertorial or a listicle. Those are the most important things you need to obviously nail, you need to handle. And if you have the right structures and in the right process in place with AI, especially nowadays, it's much easier to make sure that your copy is good. But you need to make sure that like this is the main part here that we're focusing on. So you need to make sure you have your structure and your process right. So here they're mentioning here this is the lead, the first few sentences of the advertorial. The chair you're sitting on might just be your worst enemy. Strong opener here. They're telling you something that you're using maybe most likely every day At least for me, that's true using chair every day to work on my computer, and it's true for a lot of people out there. Might just be your worst enemy. Worst and enemy being two very strong words. So we have a strong opener here. Silent killer that's tormenting over 80% of Americans for office jobs or people that are sitting a lot. It's back pain. It's only going to get worse unless you act now. So they're kind of banking on the fear kind of tactic here. They're immediately putting you in a position of fear of like of something that might happen to you, and then following up with why this is a problem. So just traditional office chairs silently wreak havoc on your spine, causing poor posture and leaving your productivity in tatters. Your spine screams for help as fatigue sets in. Here they're trying to connect kind of secondary problems of the main problem we're mentioning here, which is back pain. So, for example, leaving your productivity in tatters, or other things that they're connecting to the main problem, but also having their secondary problems like productivity and stuff like that helps with making sure that the problem is immediate, the problem is real, and the problem is not just as simple as it seems, something like back pain, but it has like other causes and other consequences that we need to think about. Meet your new hero, designed to save your back. The noble kneeling chair, not just another chair. Total game changer, revolution for on 4 legs. With each tilt, it breaks the chains of back pain and imprison you. It's time to escape the torture of your current chair. The noble kneeling chair is the result of over a decade of ergonomic research. Combines the best of ergonomic chairs, balanced bowl chairs, and standing desks without the flows. So let's unpack what's happening here in this copy. First of all, one good thing that I don't see, like already a lot of brands are not using these types of pages here for cold traffic, which is already a problem that needs to be solved. So definitely, if you're in need of advertorials, listicles, cold traffic funnels, first link in the description, you can click and book a call with me, and we'll show you how we can build these profitable front-end funnels for your brand. Second thing is, for those few brands using these types of funnels, there is not enough actual call to actions, or like how they're actually called, inline CTAs or inline links all throughout the page. Here, as you can see, using colors throughout the copy, important. And here, this one, for example, is an inline URL in text, which is a call to action. You can click and it obviously it gets your eye to it, and you can click on it, and it goes to the product page directly. It feels straightforward, like it doesn't tell you directly to click on it, but just because of the fact that it's a different color, and when you hover on it, it has the clicking button. It helps with recognizing that it's something you can go over and click on. So that's something also that helps, having inline URLs throughout your advertorial. And then here like they're trying to combine a lot of different products that you've might have heard of in the past, or other mechanisms that you might be using even right now. So ergonomic chairs, balance bowl chairs, and standing desks. They're trying to make you understand that this option gets all of the benefits of these 3 things that you might have already heard of if you're looking for back pain products or things like that, into one single product without all of the flows that comes with that. And here again, important thing for advertorials, listicles, stuff like that, animations and product and pictures that make sure you understand, make sure like the visitor and the customer understands the value behind what's happening here and what's actually happening with the use of the product. Very good animation here. Ergonomic chairs may support your lower back. They neglect the open hip angle and dynamic posture. Balance bowl chairs engage your core but lack support. Standing desks, they tire you out quickly. So here they're laying out all of the problems of the solutions they just mentioned that you might have heard of by looking for products for back pain. But our product, which in this case, the kneeling chair, integrates active sitting, core strengthening, and perfect alignment. And also the design part of it keeps you moving comfortably throughout the day. Strategical design will transform how you sit, feel, and work. So as you can see, again, pairing all of this with the animation here, with the GIF, showing the difference, the before and after. Before and afters, as I've mentioned, easy one. You can kind of use them all throughout the page in different settings with different contexts, and they kind of work all of the time. So we reach a new section of the page here. Back pain in the office, hidden epidemic draining your energy and destroying productivity. Here they go a little bit more in depth of what is the problem, describing what is the monster or the common enemy we are trying to fight here. Millions of workers, a lot of people obviously sitting on chair all day, slumping into traditional chairs. compress and destroy their spines, the main problem they're trying to solve. Hidden epidemic, because you only notice about back pain or all of these problems after a long time, so it's hidden. That's why it's something you need to fight. Expensive lies, with all of the usual expensive chairs you might have in an office setting. Ergonomic chairs that cost a fortune. Here they might be handling already a price objection, so they are anchoring the prices of famous ergonomic chairs that might be, for example, $800, $900, $1,000, $2,000. They're trying to anchor that as a future reference for what might be their price. That might be obviously much less expensive than this. Designed to line their pockets and make investors happy, these chairs offer empty promises and false comfort. Again, attacking the angles of famous ergonomic chairs. Trick you into chronic pain and doing the productivity break free and give your back the revolution support it deserves. We go into another section here: how traditional chairs lead to chronic back pain and devastating health issues. A very simple kind of breakdown of the main pains and main problems you might experience with traditional chairs. So back pain, we've already mentioned that. Poor posture, sciatica, another big problem related to back pain. Long sitting pain, pinched nerve, and spinal stenosis. So 6 big problems a lot of people might be already experiencing or looking for a solution for, or looking to prevent before they actually happen. So a good point and a good visual to have there. Obviously, visuals paired with copy are super important. Sitting might seem harmless, but traditional office chairs are taking time bomb for your spine. They're designed to prioritize looks, forcing you into a slumped, hunched over position, which is not good, which is a recipe for disaster. Here, they're doing a good job of highlighting and bolding the right words to make sure you, even if you look only for the bold words, you kind of already can still understand the context behind all of the copy here. Restricts sport flow, strains your muscles, and locks your back into a posture nightmare. American Spine Journal warns that such positions increase disc pressures and lead to herniated discs. So they're starting to add social proof here. They're starting to lay in authority. So Spine Journal, Journal of Epidemiology, Chiropractic Association, a lot of big names and authoritative names that you can associate with trustful people. Revolutionize your posture and productivity. Discover the noble kneeling chair solution. Again, animations showing the function of the new mechanism. A little bit more in depth on how it actually works. What are the explanation points of the new mechanisms they're offering here? Spinal alignment, weight distribution, core engagement for the sitting position, and increased circulation. The main points here. And since we are roughly at the middle of the page, here they start to layer in social proof and testimonials from verified buyers, from customers. Another good visual here explaining all of the main benefit points of the product. So as you can see, they've first explained to you the mechanism, they've educated you on the mechanism and why this is a problem you need to solve, and then they start layering in the benefits of the product and the product itself. The product itself is not the center of the page, as you've seen for the first half of the page, but the mechanism and the problem, and making sure that the customer and the visitor understand what is being solved here and how is it being solved before actually layering in the benefit of the product itself, which are secondary to that, which are come in second place. Key features, as we've seen, more. This is a very, very good visual here. One of the main objections someone might have is differences in size and weight between people. So we have 6'3", 5'7", different heights, but both sitting comfortably on the chair. So and here the section mentions that it's kind of a FAQ section mixed in, so not a kind of laid out FAQ section like we might see normally, but these are questions an average visitor or customer might have, and they're layered in here in the copy with a really good. This is probably one like the best animation or GIF I've seen on this page so far. Really good one. And answering those questions here. So is it comfortable over long periods? Is suitable for all body types? One of the main ones. Is it easy to use? And yeah, they start introducing the offer a little bit. So hassle-free return policy, giving your peace of mind, risk reversals and guarantees, and then we reach the final call to action with a final little bit of social proof here with an example of a customer that might be using the product, and then here again another go-to website call to action, which is what I've mentioned, I think should be better about this page. So far, so this is a good example of an advertorial you can follow. You kind of mimic to build yours. I think the only main things about this advertorial that we've tested, we feel work better, is, as I've mentioned, like the call to actions all throughout the page, and specifically this buy box here on the right can be a little bit better. The offer can be showcased and emphasized a little bit better. Throughout the page, there are some headlines or some headlines, we might say, that can be written a little bit better. It's in some points it feels like it's kind of pushing this as kind of a quote unquote hero thing, or like solution that will revolutionize your life. It doesn't usually work selling things that way. Like when you try and sell something and just put it as the like end all be all of everything, customers tend to get kind of skeptical about it, and like look over for other solutions or other things that might be a little bit feel that's the important word, a little bit more trustful. So like all of those words like revolutionary and all of the types of word, they have their place. They do work in certain contexts, but for something like this, I would use a little bit kind of simpler copy, kind of more straightforward copy instead of that type of wording. But those are the two things I think could be done better on this advertorial. Overall, it's a good enough structure to follow. If you're building, for example, your first advertorial first cold traffic funnel page, this is a good example to follow in it. This will help you convert better cold traffic from Meta, from Google, from whatever platform you're sending your traffic from. There are a few differences if you're sending traffic, for example, from Google, from Meta, from native platforms, different ad platforms, and how you structure your advertorials. But overall, you can follow this example to build your first one. Cold traffic funnels are more important than ever in 2025 for e-commerce brands, and that's what we help 7 and 8-figure brands with. We build advertorials, listicles, and pre-sale funnels for them to convert cold traffic as profitably as possible, and we can do the same for your brand. So click the first link in the description, book a call with me, and I will show you the entire process, how we do it and how we can implement it for your brand. See you in the next video.